Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of Sitting Down with Soul Writer. It's me, Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. We're here to discuss 12 different rewards that you can assign yourself during NaNoWriMo. Rewards are so important, and the ones we're going to go over today cover 4 different categories, all the way from free-ish to convincing your family to invest in your sanity, refilling your well, whatever you want to call it this time of year. So, without further ado, of course, I have to ask you, as we're getting ready to dive headlong into NaNoWriMo, take care of yourself. I know you are worth it. Let's get started. I did promise you 4 categories. There's 12 total, so we're going to keep it to 3-ish per category. I say ish because I have multiple bullet points under some, just for clarification on my screen here behind you. So, free-ish rewards for NaNoWriMo. Definitely consider taking a hike out in nature if you want. At least where I live this time of year, the trees kind of look like my tapestry behind me. It's really pretty. I know some of our friends in the southern hemisphere are looking forward to going into the spring weather, and of course our friends in Europe, you're probably experiencing similar but maybe colder, wetter, more snow, right? So do what you have to do to enjoy the outdoors. It might cost you maybe transportation to get where you want to go, but go somewhere new. Find a trail you've never followed before, or even a place to sit outside and just enjoy reabsorbing a little bit of vitamin D and fresh air before the colder months here, at least where I live, kick in would be the best recommendation. Another free-ish reward option is definitely allowing yourself extra time in the bath or shower. I actually have found these meditation videos that are called like shower meditations. I'll link a couple in the box below just to give you a few examples of, okay, I want to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes in the bathroom, quiet, just me time. I normally am in the bathroom, out of the bathroom, and done. It's just because I grew up in a family with a lot of people and one bathroom. 7 people to 1 bathroom. You don't get 15 minutes in the bathroom by yourself for long because someone else inevitably needs it. If you live in a house with more than a couple of people, that might be true for you. So definitely do those relaxation self-care things. Number 3 for this first category, take an afternoon to play video games, or maybe you want to settle in to binge watch a series that you maybe haven't seen in a long time. That's kind of me right now because there's a lot of things on Disney Plus that I haven't seen since I was a little kid that I'm going to go back and binge watch potentially one afternoon as one of my NaNoWriMo rewards at the end of a week. Say if I reach my goals for that week, okay, I know Cody is not home XYZ days of the week because he has work. I'm going to find a way to make time to get that afternoon time on my own. Some of you have children and other family members living with you at home that demand your time and attention. This is you saying to them, this is free time for me, a reward for me. And of course, you're going to have to tell them this stuff ahead of time and communicate. It is totally worth it to communicate what you need to your family. Let's go to the next category and the next 3 suggestions. We're increasing the price from free-ish to low cost. And to me, low cost is going to be approximately, $20, $30 or less. I'm thinking in most states, minimum wage varies greatly. I know PA, the state right above us, is about half of what Maryland's is going to be here soon kind of deal. So keeping that in mind, I think, somewhere between $20 and $30 are what you could expect to spend with some of these reward ideas. We all know that the beverage market is doing everything they can to capture new clientele in various ways. Whether you drink coffee, tea, soda, lemonade, whatever, give yourself a little bit of extra freedom to try beverages that you might not otherwise normally spend the money on. This not only allows you to try something new, but again, it's a reward. It's something tiny. You don't have to go out and buy a whole case of it unless you really like it and cut yourself off, at that $30 mark. Another wise thing to do would be maybe to get a gift card for your favorite tea shop or coffee shop. So that way you could try a couple of different ones, since I said the cutoff would be about $20 to $30. Also, you could use approximately that much money to buy yourself really comfy, cozy things that are seasonally appropriate. I mentioned earlier, a lot of us in the Northern Hemisphere are getting ready to go into the winter months. So fuzzy socks, fuzzy blankets, things of that nature. Maybe it's starting to get warmer in parts of the world where you live right now. Maybe it's time to spring for looking for a new swimsuit. You see what I mean? You can take those into consideration in this category. Along with, I see you out there, all my gamer friends. Maybe there's downloadable content to a desktop, console, or mobile game that you really want. Set yourself that $20 to $30 limit. Maybe you'll get a new costume. Maybe you'll unlock a new area of the game you've never played before. Or if the game is on sale, get the game for that price for what you might not have otherwise done. Keep in mind, Black Friday is soon coming here in the US. It's one of the biggest shopping times of the year. So maybe you want to take that money, and if you're not into gaming, use that as something you could buy that is on sale around Black Friday. For me, maybe I like to get my nails done, or do my nails. I don't go to a shop all the time. I normally do mine. Maybe I want to go to Ulta or Sally's or whatever beauty store is near you and hit some of their sales for the professional grade stuff. You see what I mean? Use that $20 to $30 cap to your limit. Of course, you're going Soul Rider. What if I want to spend more than that, or what if I have the financial availability to do so? Well, if the sky is the limit, here's some really cool ideas. Of course, a new ebook, a new paperback. I'm an author. I'm going to recommend those. Maybe there is a box set of a new movie trilogy that is like the ultimate director's cut, whatever. That could apply. You could take yourself and your family out to maybe the new fancy schmancy local restaurant in town. Or maybe you fund a day trip to a local park or festival. I know here in the U.S. for Oktoberfest almost being over, we still have a ton of holiday and seasonal themed things going on where I live in November. So maybe you could take one of those as a reward day at any point in your NaNoWriMo quest as you decide. The number one thing I have to suggest is make sure you are communicating, like I said earlier, to those whom you live with what is going on in the next month or so for you. You are going to be under a lot of stress that you probably are going to, at some points, hate yourself for. Don't do that. Instead, rely on those around you, including your family. Now would be the perfect time to say, hey guys, I'm starting this huge project. Here's why it's important to me. I don't really need you to do anything over the top to help support me, but, getting them to respect that boundary of support is sometimes all they can give. On the other hand, some of us are very lucky to have family members who would say, that is awesome. What can I do to also help reward you for completing this? You could ask your significant other if they give that offer, or even not, because I didn't get the offer. I asked mine to do this for me, and he totally said yes. I said, would you make a meal for me when I hit like 10,000 words on my word count? If you're doing word count, you don't have to. I chose to. That's just my method. And he said, sure, what do you want? And I'm like, you haven't made chicken Alfredo, like chicken and spinach Alfredo, forever. And he has never, with me, to my knowledge, made it from scratch. I know he knows how. So I'm like, that's a little, little bit of costly. Dairy products right now cost a little bit extra. I know that. But for him, it's a huge time investment to make that. It's going to take a couple hours. And sometimes asking your family to get involved in that way depends on your family situation. So maybe something, instead of them also doing the time with the money, maybe all they can do is invest money. Well, a treasure box of prizes for your daily goals would be a great idea. Maybe you give them a budget, a deadline when to make this thing by, and the time to go shop for it. So in this treasure box or bag of holding, if you're a D&D fan like I am, will definitely hold 50, if you're doing 50,000 words as your goal, 50 little items. Go to a dollar store and have them get a bunch of pens, or go to Walmart, Target, Amazon, your store of choice, with whatever your parameters for this box are, and have them pick things that they would love to see you receive as a reward. When you get your tiny little milestone, you get one thing out of the box, Thank you to Sarah Cannon and her husband's Sweetie Shop idea in part for this. But that way you also get a little bit of a surprise element out of it. I asked Cody to help me make something similar just because it's like, yeah, I'm going to pick things that I know I'm going to pick, but it's also fun to have that surprise element to get the fishbowl of he might pick things for me that I would still like, but they wouldn't resonate with me first. You see what I mean? So there are tiny little ways to get involved. I think that one, if you have little kids or even teenagers, would be a blast to do, because if you give them solid directions, I can attest as a teacher, your kids are totally capable of helping you out with this, with a lot of facilitating from you and or your significant other, not dragging them in, just saying if they wanted to help, they could here, if they are available to do so. Because I know some people are like, well, I don't have an SO, but I still have the kids. And I'm sure that if you are a single parent, you have family members who would step up and help you facilitate that activity. I'm an aunt with no children yet of my own. I love doing stuff like that with my nieces and nephews, and have since I was a kid and they were kids, because my eldest nephew and I are only 4 years apart, is why I say that. So the general idea here is for them to feel like they are involved and supporting. Because I know when I did NaNoWriMo last year, right after having a major health crisis myself, I didn't rely on other people to help me, rewarding myself and encouraging me. I kind of it was me and a couple of friends, and I'm so grateful for the people who helped me through NaNoWriMo the way they did. But this year, I know if I'm going to make it through, I need to ask the people I love most to pitch in. Now, maybe they can't pitch in for the daily stuff. Fine. Thanksgiving and other big holidays happen right around the end of NaNoWriMo. When you finish, you can ask your family, can we do something big? Like, it can be anything from, how about you all handle the majority of the cleaning and holiday decorating? Some families that works. I'm looking at all my author parents. For some families that does work, I promise. Okay? Maybe you're going to do that huge festival trip. Maybe you're going to go and do axe throwing, or go to a microbrewery, or get a tiny shopping trip out of it. Whatever it is, whether it's free-ish, low cost, high cost, or investments from family and friends, please take care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Bye! Of course you would get the zoomies and the scratchies right about now. Cat mom life.